I didn't get much sleep.
Oh no. Oh,
I don't know what's going on. Something's going on. But anyhow, so I got some names for you.
oh, you do? Okay.
Do you have a pencil handy?
I got notepad here. Yeah.
Okay, most of them are in the EB1. Most of them are from EB1.
Hey, why don't you do me a favor? Just send it to me in uh, just in Messenger or something. That way,
Okay.
because
Okay.
you know me with typing.
Oh, that's all right. I'm even better. So anyhow, let me just read them to you, and then you can just react. Okay.
Okay.
Well, I want to get as many elephants as possible. So I've got the elephant. That's the drunken elephant, which I don't think is an EB1. The elephant and the dog, which is an EB1. The elephant and the blind men, which is an EB1, I think. Then the elephant and the dog. Oh, forgot that one. Elephant and the foolhardy wolf. So that's 4 elephant stories.
Okay. Oh, cool.
Okay. Then we have the golden goose. The monkey saves his troops, which title going to change. The woodpecker and the lion. The stupid monkeys. The woodpecker, the turtle, and the deer, which I actually really like. The girl monkey pearls, which will change. The title of it's a stupid title.
Mm-hmm.
The little bowman name will change, but it's a great story. What's this? Oh, 3 fish and the wise goat. The last 2 from EB1. The 3 fish and the wise goat.
Yeah, those are good. Okay.
So
Cool.
that's 13. So you can throw one out or add one in or whatever you want to do. Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
But we got a lot of wolves. We got a lot of elephants and a bunch of monkeys and a few woodpeckers. So.
And for the original source, did you like that font and the font size that I sent? You know, for those
Yeah.
examples.
Yeah. And just remind me, will you send it to me in mail? I just want to look at it again.
Yeah.
How did you send it to me in mail, right?
In mail. Yeah. Sent it to you last
Phew!
week. Yeah.
Excuse me. I haven't in my shower yet. Here we go. You don't recall what the subject line was, do you?
Yeah. Hold on.
Yeah.
Let me see here.
That's the only way I can keep track of everything.
Yeah.
Example of new font.
Yeah. Let's see. Hold on for a
we-
second here.
Okay, I think we talked about this.
Yeah. Yeah. Jakarta source documents is
Okay.
on September 20th.
Okay, September 20th. Okay. Yeah, okay, that's the one I'm looking at.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah, I looked at this. Yeah, I like this font a lot.
They're nice and clear, isn't it?
It's super clear. The only thing I wonder about, as I told you, is the line spacing.
Yeah, I'll have to take a look at that and see if Microsoft Word how we can convert.
Well, the other thing is, again, I don't know what your setting is there. I guess you got it set to 8.5 by 11 pages.
Yeah.
Yeah, we might want to think about that a little bit. If we want it to play in a book form. So I'll give that some thought before you have to reformat it again. I'll take a look.
Okay.
I don't know about a square book, although a square book can be fun. You know, and I'll look at what it costs at one of these EPUBs to do like a 10 by 10 or an 8 by 8 book. And if you ran it by an 8x8, you get an idea of how many pages it was. You know, if it's just a, you know, a machine process to reformat it,
Yeah.
I would try reformatting it for 8x8 with some margins, and just give me an idea of how many pages you've got, because it might make sense to go up to a 10x10 book.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because that's going to tell us how many pages it is, and then I'll figure out roughly how many illustration pages. You know, it might be double the number of text pages. It might be that simple. I would sort of like to be a picture, text, picture, text, picture, text. That would be ideal, but that might be too many pictures.
Yeah. Yeah, we're definitely going to have to play around with that. I guess that's our next phase is to put those stories that you chose into a document, and then slowly add illustrations to them.
Yeah, or at least placeholders. If it's not illustrations, you can get placeholders in there. I'll give you a bunch of placeholders, and you can just plug them in, and we'll give the placeholders names like. You know, we'll renumber these however we want to renumber them. Maybe, do you have any idea of how we want to number ours? We know that there are 500 of them. We know that EB has however many she has.
Yeah, oh, that's a good one. Oh. Somehow, somehow I think in advance we need to have either Excel spreadsheet with all the names and the numbers corresponding. And
I think, didn't you start a spreadsheet?
I haven't started one yet. No.
Oh, I thought you had the spreadsheet with all the names of the stories in it.
No, not yet. Yeah.
Okay, let me see. Where are you here?
I got to find some place that's got all those.
Okay. Let me get back to you here. Yeah, they don't make it very simple too. There we are. Here in Zoom here. There we go. Okay.
There you go. I can see you now again. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I was disappeared into the document there. So I think we have a database of all. It doesn't have to be all 500. I don't want to, you know, we don't need to make work for you, okay? But, you know, we could have, I think we should have all the EBs, EB1 and EB2 should all be in there with her number scheme. And then the ones we pick, we'll attach our own. The first column would be our story number.
Okay, yeah.
All right, so we'll have 1 through 13 or whatever, because we might throw one out. And if you want to add another one, feel free, or subtract one, you know, whatever. I thought it'd be fun to have, you know, you know, there's certain animals like the elephant, the wolf, and the crow show up a lot. So, you know, it might be nice to sort of, you know, sort of load it up that way. And then, you know, volume 2, we can make whatever. Yeah, I ordered one book. It was expensive, it was like $26 or something like that.
Wow.
Yeah, and I want to get the full version printed out because I don't want to just be sitting there with a, you know, a stack of papers in my hand flying all over the place. And, you know, I wanted to get the Kawasaki, which I think is all 500 of them. But, you know, and I think we have hers in digital. We have EB in digital, but I think, and maybe that's enough, but I was thinking of getting the Kawasaki, which is all 500 of them in printed, you know, I think it's 3 volumes, I think. Because, you know, as we proceed, you know, we're going to need to, you know, I read a bunch of them and, you know, they're all slightly different. And what I like about that is it means that, you know, you and I are free to, you know, there's no rule about how these things have to be. These are stories that have come down through the ages. So did you like you saw the woman playing with the hand drum, right?
Oh yeah, she was incredible. Oh my gosh. Oh,
yeah.
Wow.
I wrote her a letter. She also teaches yoga, and She lives in Vancouver, Canada. And I think, so anyhow, you know, she hasn't written back yet, but I think I might write her a second time. I don't know about you, but I was thinking it might not hurt to invite her to participate somehow. I mean, you know.
Oh, that'd be good. Yeah, yeah,
Well,
yeah.
You know what I'm thinking? The four, I think she's done 4 of them, or she's done 4 videos. 3 of them are Jakarta tales, and each of those has 1 or 2 or 3 in it. So I was just thinking they're already produced. She's already done a good job, and you know, we just sort of slide them in there. You know, and
I think it's a great idea. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, but it depends on, you know, if she wants, you know, millions of dollars or not, right?
Right, exactly. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, you know, the other thing we could say, well, look, if we raise some money, we'll give you some money for it. But I don't want to commit to any money up front. Do you?
No, not up front. No. Yeah.
Okay, so she could have a little piece on the end part if it happens. But yeah, I don't think we can afford to. I don't know about you. I'm not in a position to start funding. I've done that in the past. I'm not doing it anymore.
Mm-hmm.
I've funded a couple of magnificent ideas for other people. Those days are over.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Oh, you've got my friend Guan Yin in the back there.
Yeah.
Do you
At
know
our house,
that?
we have Quan Yin. We have about 5 Buddhist statues. Oh,
Right.
we have this one carving. It's probably about 8 feet long, and it was imported from Tibet, and it has all like the immortal masters on it, and it's
Oh,
made
wow.
out of 1 piece of wood. Yeah. Oh, it's
Good
beautiful.
God. Send me a picture. And also send me a picture of that Kuan Yin. She's very hard to get these days. I bought mine for, you know, $8 in Chinatown in 1979 or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And then like an idiot, I gave her to somebody, and they still have it on display, but and they like it. And they don't. I gave it to these guys who own a store, and they haven't sold it, at least not yet. But I sort of feel like an idiot. There's some things you should probably not be. My feeling was, if it's beautiful and somebody loves it, give it away, right?
Mm-hmm.
And that's one idea. It's not necessarily the best idea. So.
Yeah, I fell in love with Eastern art by the time I was 5 years old. My parents had a Buddha, and they had a Kuan Yin statue, a 5-foot high statue. Oh my God!
Point your camera down just a little bit, because I got her head. I didn't get the right. Oh, she's sitting. She's seated. Oh, mine was standing.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it was so beautiful. Yeah, that's lovely. I've been trying to find her again, and obviously I don't have to tell you. I mean, I bought a Shiva, God knows, 20 years ago, and I may have paid $50, which seemed outrageous at the time.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't think you can get them for $500 now.
Wow.
No,
Well, you should come here and visit Kansas City. They're at the Nelson Art Museum.
I've been there.
Oh, you've been there, huh? Okay. Oh.
Yeah, I've been there a lot. Yeah, it's pretty amazing. They got my favorite one upstairs, or used to be upstairs, which is the Bodhisattva in the relaxed position.
Yeah. Oh, isn't that incredible? Oh my gosh.
Unbelievable. Yeah. I've been sort of, you and I've been on the same trail for a long time,
We have, especially when you're saying that your life has been pretty much, of a monk, in terms of, your lifestyle, and mine's been kind of a lifestyle of a mystic. Basically,
You chose better than I did.
Yeah. Yeah, mine. I guess it was. I like that. Well, we'll same with you. You like that inner experience inside. What was kind of funny. So you're saying so a lot of Buddhists never see the light inside, huh?
They don't teach it, my friend. The highest teaching that I've encountered in Buddhism, highest meaning, you know, physical, mental, spiritual, all integrated together, is the Vipassana training, which is basically out of Burma.
Oh, Burma, right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so that seems, I think Buddhism took a southern route. The northern route went through China and basically became Zen, Mahayanist, and then the southern route went through India, through the lower continents, and went through Southeast Asia, and that's where you have the Hinayana or the Theravedic, version, and the Vipassana seems to be, I mean, those guys really work for their enlightenment. You're in there. The sessions, I think, are they're 2 weeks long. You're in there, 12, 14 hours a day. It's just nonstop, and it's basically, breathing exercises. But I have never met anybody who teaches, word other than Om or Om Monday Padme Om. I've never heard anybody talk about the celestial sounds other than poetically.
Mm-hmm.
The light, I've never seen anybody teach the light technique. No. I think the Ekankar people might know about it, but you and I hit the jackpot very early. We were very lucky. The only problem that I have is I don't understand Guru Maharaji's particular Leela, for lack of a better word. I mean, he has a very curious lifestyle for me. And okay, maybe he's beyond lifestyle. Nobody's beyond anything. We're all in this together. So I don't care who you are or how, So anyhow, I just have a little trouble with that.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, but in terms of the knowledge, I haven't run into anything that's half as good as the knowledge you and I receive.
Mm-hmm.
And I was going to ask you, do they still have knowledge reviews?
Then, well, I haven't had a knowledge review in over 30 years, but
there you go.
They, for a while, Raji used to have like conferences, and some people he would give knowledge reviews there.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and now I think how people receive knowledge is through like videos. There's no initiators anymore.
Oh, that's terrible. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
No, I don't. I don't agree. I don't approve. I mean, the transmission has always been hands-on.
Hands-on, yeah.
Yeah, and there was also a point at which there was a discussion that didn't last long. It was about 5 years long, where was video valid satsang? And at first it was no. You have to to experience satsang, it has to be in presence. And then they changed it to real time, and of course now recorded is okay. And and now we have because of Zoom and things like it, we have a lot of real time. But but I'm not grooving on the real time, because people mess it up a lot, and they add in other things, and they've got switches where they can control what you're looking at. They throw up posters, they change the music. It's like, when you're in a room with everybody, what's going on. I go, online, I can go to Hindu temples, we can go anywhere, right? And, it's interesting, but so anyhow, that's beside the point.
Yeah. Well, and I think into the initiation, even for me, from I received from Guru Chardan, there's an actual physical transmission that happens.
Well, if you read the kind of stuff that you and I are currently reading, which is sort of deeper Vedic, what the heck this is all from and where it came from, the tradition, we stepped into something really big that we didn't even know about. Well, at least I didn't know about it.
Mm-hmm.
This is much deeper than I thought. I thought this was just some Buddhist fairy tales, okay? maybe one step deeper than that. But as I think I've said to you several times now, the Vedas are actually a commentary on the Jataka tales, not the other way around.
Yeah.
So these stories were the basis of the transmission. Obviously there's, the Buddhist teachings, which were written down, but it's not clear when they were written down. So, the so-called words of the Buddha are sort of like the words of Jesus. Who knows? You read them in different, you get a sense of Jesus, you get a sense of the Buddha. They're clearly, you can feel their being, but in terms of, what the actual words are, that's not clear, and some of the interpretations might be a little bit, less fixed than we think. And I think we're supposed to. That's why I like these things. I think we're supposed to interpret. I think that's part of it. We're supposed to. I mean, I'm. It's really weird. You and I are doing this, and it's coming at a very peculiar time of my life where I haven't achieved anything, but let's say I've left a lot of stuff behind. And then all of a sudden, my life in the last week or two has become enormously complicated with morality issues. And, I don't, I'm a single man. I don't, I'm not even dating, so it's like, I don't have any real issues about family or, society or, I've just been living really nicely. I meditate a fair amount, I exercise, I do good deeds if I can, but all of a sudden I walked into the dark side of this town, Richard. Oh my God. Whoa.
Wow.
It's dark. And then I'm trying to figure out, well, I go, well, you know what to do. And I go, yeah, I know what to do. But you can't go and say, well, listen, you have to be so authentic, for lack of a better word. You can't start telling people stuff. And even if I were to tell them a story, I would have to totally redo like a Jakarta tale and a Jataka tale. I would do it in totally contemporary, not only language, but the characters would be, the dealers and the junkies and the white people from Brooklyn Heights, the kings and queens would be millionaires and billionaires.
Yeah.
You know that in India there were a lot of kings, right? There wasn't like one king of India. There were like hundreds of kings, literally. So king was a big thing, but sort of like more like a governor than in terms of scale. It was like the king was like a governor, and then we had some people come along, like the great Buddhist emperor of India, or whatever he was. His name will come to me shortly. But he transformed India, and then of course then the Moguls came through and transformed it again. And it's been transformed a few times.
Wasn't our king Ashok, wasn't it?
Yeah, Ashoka, yeah. Ashoka, yeah. So in any case, he pretty much, I don't know if he united India, but sort of, he was like a major, and he also brought, lots of literacy and lots of education and set up a lot of schools. And I think he was a Buddhist.
Yeah, he was, yeah.
Yeah, so, and Buddhism is actually Hinduism processed with a great intelligence. I mean, there's nothing that's missing from the Vedas in Buddhism. It's just been restructured and rewritten. And the Tibetans basically took all the stuff from Patanjali or whatever his name was, and
The Tao that can be told is not the eternal Tao.
Oh, hold on. Oh,
The
okay.
name that can be named
This
is
is
not the eternal name. The nameless.
there you go. Whoops. There we go. We're in trouble now. But so anyhow, I like what we're doing. I like the idea of having videos that are moderate in length and that you could watch one at a time if you want to. And then I like the idea of a downloadable thing for whoever needs it that way, illustrated. And then also, a book that you can order, or any number of, if we, I think if we did this, however number it is, 10, 20, or, the thing is, the amount of time, Richard, that I have spent just for this exercise, I spent one day something in the neighborhood of 5 or 6 hours just trying to find a viewer or a reader or a player so I could review all this materials, short of downloading source files from the Gutenberg project and trying to read them all. And I don't think even the Gutenberg has all 500 of them. I'm not sure, but I'm not sure it does. So anyhow, I have yet to see all 500 of them in one place.
Oh, wow. Okay.
So I think the only place that occurs, I think, I'm not entirely sure, but I think the only place that occurs is the Kawasaki. And there's one other guy named Eric or something like that. And he's got 3 or 4 volumes. EV's only got 2 volumes, which we both have. And I like that we're sticking with her. Also, her English is still the best of anybody's. And, she doesn't mess up in her translation. She's a scholar and she's done a good job. And the woman that you and I admire who did it with the hang drum is also a scholar and teaches yoga. So, she has a lot of, but what did you think of the quality of her stuff?
I thought the quality of hers was exceptional. I mean, that's a high bar. We can do it, but yeah, she's an excellent storyteller. You can see, over the years, she really has mastered that.
Yeah.
Oh gosh, I was hooked. Yeah.
But then all of a sudden it ended, which I didn't understand. I mean, they're so great. She even had a sponsor in there somewhere. I don't remember who it was, but she did. I think there are 5 videos. You and I saw them all, and I think net there were probably 4 to 6 Jataka tales, and why did she stop?
Yeah, I don't know. That's a good question. I know. I don't. Yeah.
Because I think she should have. What we're doing, you and I want to get to at least, like 30, I think. We want to get 30 in there, or, I think 30 to 50 would be a good goal overall. 500 is sort of past the pale, unless we had a way of, so that's the trouble with those recordings that in the Vibra box or whatever it's called, the LibreVox. The LibreVox recordings are okay, but one of them is read by sounds like a 15-year-old girl, and there's nothing wrong with it except I can't listen to 20 stories being read by a 15-year-old girl who doesn't know what the word phrasing means.
Yeah. Yeah, those I think were one of the I'll say not of the highest quality at all.
No.
You got some Indian who reads it, and you have a hard time
understanding.
Yeah.
So that's my biggest argument for what we're doing. Here's this great subject matter, and there's no clear source that is available to a non-scholar. Not that I'm a scholar, but someone who's not doing serious research. And then when you want to hear them or see them, you've got a mishmash of formats, sources, language, the whole thing is all over the place. So, I'm thinking if we, get 20 to 50 down, then, someone could pick up the ball, and say, oh, okay, That's how they do it. You know, yeah, that was a good way to do it. Let's do it like that.
Mhm.
You know? And I don't know if I said this to you, but that format is called audiographic.
Audiograph, okay.
Okay, because it's a speaker speaking live or reading live or reciting whatever they do, and then but instead of just having their face, which again is, you know, give me a break, you throw in some still graphics. The voice keeps going, but the slides come in under the voice, and then it will be there for an extended period, you know, 10, 20 seconds, and then slide back to the storyteller, and like that. And that seems to be the best way. Still images of the storyteller with audio doesn't work at all. And nonstop storyteller doesn't work at all. Slides only doesn't work at all. So this audiographic, which used to be called mixed media or multimedia,
Mhm.
is sort of the approach, I think. And then what you and I have to figure out, you know, I'm working on the illustrations and things, but you know what I'm trying to figure out is how to slice this stuff in there. And I also would like to see if there's a way of doing it so that you and I do the work, you know, sort of once or once and a half instead of 2 or 3 times. So we can, you know, let's say I think we make the book first, you know, or the PDF, whatever you want to call it.
Yeah.
We do the PDF version first, which might have the stuff in it. Then the recording could be reading off of the PDFs. So in other words, there's 100% correlation there.
Right. Yeah.
And then we take the illustrations after that work is done and insert them, you know, editorially inside of the reading. And I think that would be very exciting. I don't know how that feels for you.
Yeah. Yeah. That sounds real good that way. So, you know, so for phase 1, you know, when we actually do a reading, we would do the Zoom, you know, all the way through. We pass that off maybe to your son. Do you have editing tools? You know, if I give you an MP4, you know,
Oh yeah.
you know, what we need is tools to actually, you know, take that whole video and put illustrations in there.
Yeah. And I've been wondering about, you know, we should probably standardize. I think that I think iMovie is okay. I think you can do everything you need to do with iMovie.
That's only on the Mac, isn't it?
Right. Oh, that's right. You need something else. So the other one that's supposed to be the best one is a Premiere or Premiere Pro.
Oh, is that Adobe?
That's Adobe. So anyhow, we're going to have to figure that out because, you know, again, we're in a world of Mac versus PC. You know, we can't get out of that.
Yeah.
So there's one other kind of a format which I'll just mention because I don't know how it would work. PowerPoint has its equivalent on Apple called Keynote. Keynote works beautifully on the Macintosh. I happen to be an expert at it. At least I was a version ago. And you can export it to PowerPoint. Now what you get then is you get a slideshow, which you can import to some kind of video software, export and import into some video software, and then layer on the soundtrack. Now, we haven't done that yet, and I'm not sure how that would work exactly. The other way of doing it is just have a timeline and slice the slides in at the appropriate intervals. In other words, just do the straight recording of the storyteller, and then slice in the graphics from time to time.
Yeah, we can do that with, right now I have Microsoft Photo, and that's how I do. I'm converting all the stuff on my brother's site and put it into YouTube.
Yeah.
And so there, it allows you to have your audio and then in certain places in your audio, you can have exact pictures, for a certain period of time to come on and come off. Yeah.
And that's called what? Microsoft Pictures?
Microsoft Photo.
Okay. Now, what is Microsoft, or what do you use for video?
For right now for video, I just use Zoom and convert that session to an MP4.
Okay, but if you were in the stuff that you've read, which I need to look at again, so do you have talking head versions with you talking?
Yeah, well, I'll have a software called Audacity where I record my poems, and so that goes into a MP3 file, and so then when let's say if I have a collection of 5 or 6, I'll use Microsoft Photo. And then I put track 1, track 2, track 3, track 4 in there. And so then at that point, let's say if I have 5 tracks, then I can have a certain picture of that whatever I want for each track.
Okay, what would the tracks be? Soundtracks or other tracks?
Soundtracks, yeah.
Okay. And how about video? That happens later, or?
Yeah, well, what it does at that point, it takes all those and puts it into MP3 file where I can put it to YouTube.
Okay, good. All right. Maybe what we could do is ask that woman if we could. Do you need to ask to put someone else's video in a channel?
Yeah, you do. Yeah. And she would have to, in order to put it in our channel, she would have to give us, the MP3s, and then we would have to upload it to our channel.
Oh, how about? Is there any way? I noticed that when you save stuff, you're saving stuff to your list in YouTube. I guess that's not really a channel, is it? I mean, it says there's a public thing and a private thing.
Well, we have for example a channel, and inside our channel. We're going to have different sections. Right now it will be like kids books, for Jakarta Tales, and so if she's going to be included in this, basically we would create a playlist, and she would have to give us permission to upload her MP3s to that particular playlist.
Okay, I have YouTube Premium or whatever the hell it is. I can actually download her videos.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So you might want to get it for a month, and it's it's like $20 a month. But you can cancel it after you start. But
I think what we should do is get her permission.
That would be nicest, right?
Yeah, that would, because I told you about Jimi Hendrix. When I had a YouTube session about one of my favorite teachers in school, and so in my actual Zoom session, I was playing a Jimi Hendrix. So
and they picked up on that.
Oh, I mean, almost immediately. About an hour later, I got a email from YouTube and said, "Nope, you can't do that. That's copyrighted." I was using the same YouTube. You can go to YouTube and put in Jimi Hendrix all over the Watchtower, and you can play that, but you can't put that inside your own Zoom session, which has that link.
Oh, okay. But I wonder if you can create a channel. Let's say you and I have a rock and roll channel, okay? And we just collect Van Morrison and Jimmy Morrison and Jimi Hendrix and the Rasta music, and they just put it all together in one place. Basically we're curating existing stuff. I wonder if that exists. What that's
I know.
called.
Yeah, that's a good thing. I think we need to look that. Look
well, because
that.
I there's certain yoga things that I'm interested in, and Tibetan Buddhist things, and I subscribe to those channels, and they overlap. I mean, there's, you know, like Krishnamurti is like one of my favorites. He's in about, you know, at least a dozen or so channels. And, you know, if I subscribe to a channel that's got Krishnamurti, I subscribe to another one's got Krishnamurti. Same thing with the Tibetans. They pop up all over the place. So there is a way that you can show YouTube videos, but they're in your playlist, and people subscribe to, I guess, what's a playlist. I don't know if it's a channel or not, but you know, you can have people subscribe to your playlist, and you can have whatever you want in your playlist. I know I'm not saying this is truth. I'm just saying that's my experience.
Yeah, so far, you know, I have like 360 videos that I put up on YouTube, but they're all sorted by playlist. So I got books, you know, 2020, 2019, 18, 17. You click on books 2020, then I've done probably about 10 books this year. So you click on a book, and then it plays that particular playlist for that whole book.
Now, is this inside of a single channel, or is this just out there?
This is on a single channel. I have one channel that my brother and I have. Yeah.
Okay, and you will send that to me again today, right?
Yeah, I can send that to you. Yeah.
I'm sorry that I just, you know, I have trouble keeping track.
No problem.
The thing I don't like about the internet is there's no compass. There's no, I mean, you know, everything is Google. Even YouTube is Google, and you know, that's Google wants you to depend on them as they're in, you know, if you want to find something, Google doesn't want you going anywhere else. They want you to go through Google so they can track all the trends and everything. I promise you, I found 20 more Jataka tales recently than I have before. That woman who popped up, you know, that was, and then I sent you one other one, I think, which had just come up the day before. So it's like, you know, they see this activity, and they see, and then they, you know, I think their spiders find this activity, and then their mules go and find other data and start putting it in there. I don't know, but I'm sure you can stir up a category and it gets more active. When I had a company named Dragonfly, and I can promise you there were no more than 2 pictures of dragonflies on the entire internet in 2006 or 7, okay? 2 pictures, period, still images. That was it on all of the internet.
Wow.
According to Google. Okay, now there must be 2 million at least.
Oh my gosh.
Including full-blown hour-long documentaries and everything else. So, you know, and it won't change. Also, I think the movie industry they haven't figured out how to charge for it yet, but you know, they're just saying, here, buy or rent. You know, when you go to YouTube, you like a movie, you can just type in any movie you want, and you can watch whatever version they happen to have, or you can buy and rent it from the production company, MGM or whatever.
Oh, wow.
So yeah, nobody's going to movie theaters. I asked a girl out to the movies the other night, and she says, I don't go to movies. And I was like, that was the end of that. Yeah, people stay at home, you know, cook their own popcorn, and they've got their 6-foot TV. You know, why go to the fucking movie theater?
Yeah, right.
So I think it's changed. I think entertainment has changed. I think a lot of things have changed, and maybe it was going that way anyhow. COVID has forced it into a thing. But the sad thing is it's missing some of the social aspect. Again, that's why I want to print the books and have the, you know, the things available to teachers. And I talked to a couple of teachers, and I said, would it be nice if you had something like this? They said, oh God, we'd love to have that. We need it so badly, you know.
Wow. Wow.
They're sort of they don't have all the curriculum, because all the curriculum they have is meant to be done in classroom. You know, they don't have, you know, that's why I'm being so fussy over, you know, how we choose to do our format, because if we do it right, you know, it will be useful to them, and doing it in multiple formats will be really good. It's like, oh, I can watch it on my phone, my
Mhm.
PC, my laptop, my iPad, whatever,
Mhm.
and I can download a PDF file that I can use however I need to use that, including printing it out, and then I can actually just order 100 copies online for $5 each or $2 each, whatever,
Yeah.
and you get them, and then and you and I can get it funded through. I think we should do a GoFundMe,
Mhm.
just in case, like someone like that woman might say, sure, you can have everything I got for $2,000 unlimited, and for another $5,000 I'll do 30 more for you. And what I would say is, hey, go for it, girl.
Yeah, yeah, definitely.
Just let us know which ones you want to do so we can check them off the list. And I like her style, but I wouldn't want it to be the only style. All right, I'm going to need to take a station break, but so let's try formatting it in an 8x8, okay?
Yeah, okay.
And just see how many pages we get. All right.
Yeah, I just think I've used Microsoft Word for about 30 years.
Yeah.
I have always used the standard. I've never.
Oh, you can change it really easily.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I don't know. There's a little setting you go to, which is like page format, and
Okay.
you just change the dimensions of the page. Sometimes it's called a master, like a
Master template or something.
master template, and you just change the dimension of the template, and it really you just
Okay.
load the file into that, and it's all done, and you just save it as 8x8, so you know which one it is.
Yeah. Okay. Oh, cool.
Okay. I'll talk to you soon. You can call me if you want, okay?
Okay. Uh-huh. Okay. Bye.